Hello and good morning to all of you. Today, as you can see, we are going to start our chapter number 3, which is motion in a straight line. Before this, we have seen elementary concept, which is elementary concept of differentiation and integration, in which we have seen that differentiation is just opposite of integration, or you can say vice versa. Right, so today what we are going to study first is the first term, very first term you can see here in front of you, rectilinear motion. So what do you mean by rectilinear motion? First of all, it is a type of motion, right? It is a type of motion under what condition? Under that condition when the object is moving along a straight line. Correct. The motion in which object is moving along a straight line, that type of motion is called rectilinear motion. Okay. Now suppose if you want to take example, what example we can take? We can take example of bicycle, or you only consider yourself on the road. On a straight road, you are just continuously walking along the same straight line. Then this type of example could be an example of rectilinear motion. Now next is what? In kinematics. Kinematics you can see here. What is kinematics? Kinematics is a branch. Kinematics is a branch in which you study about the objects which are in motion. Objects which are in motion, or you can say the branch of science where we study or where we deal the objects which are in motion, that is known as kinematics, right? After this, what do we have next? Next is position, path and displacement. Now what is position? Suppose there is any body and that body is at point O. Now what is the position of this point O? The position of this point O you can find out with the help of reference point. Now what is reference point? This origin which you can see here is known as reference point. That means with respect to this origin, the position of object O is at this distance and in this particular direction. So like this, position of any body can be represented. Remember, position of a body can be represented by position vector. Like here you have seen, if I draw again, suppose these are the two axes. There is one body at this point. This point is at O. This point is O. Now after this, if you want to represent the position of this body, what do you have to do? You have to draw a vector starting from origin and pointing towards O. This vector only is called position vector and is used to represent the position of any body in any at any position, right? So this is all about position. Now what is next? Let us see. Next is path length. You can see here it is path length. What is path length? Path length. Children, actually, what is path length? It is the distance. It is the distance which will be covered by a body. Distance covered by body during any motion. If suppose there is any body and that body is performing any motion, then whatever distance it will travel during that motion, that distance will be called path length. So what is path length exactly? Path length is nothing but distance covered by the body during its motion. Okay, suppose take an example. This is a scale. There is 0 on this scale. This is 100. This is 200. This is 300. Right? This is 300 meter. There is a body. There is a man standing at 0 position and he started moving. And after some time he reached this point, mark of 300 meter. Then what will be the path length? what will be the path length covered by this body? The path length will be 300 meter. Now suppose make this example a bit more complicated. After reaching this point, this mark, he turned back and moved up to this point. He reached this point, mark of 100 meter. At what time? First he covered this 300 meter, then turned back, and after that he reached finally to this point. Then what will be the path length in the second case? What will be the path length in second case? In the second case, path length will be 300 plus 1, this 300, right? And what will be added? This part also will be added. Now this is how much? 100, and this is how much? 100. 100 plus 100, 200. So 3 plus 2 equals to 500 meter. That means in the second case, the body has covered a total path length of 500 meter. This is an example of path length. Now, after this, a very interesting term is coming here, displacement, about which you already studied, in class 9th. You must have heard these words: shortest distance. Shortest distance covered by the body is called displacement. These type of lines you must have heard. So what is displacement exactly? How will we define it? Let us see. Displacement can be defined as the change in position. Change in position. If the position of any body is changing during its motion, then we can say it will have certainly some displacement, right? Now change in position of a body is called displacement. That means you can also say displacement is equals to final position minus initial position. You can call it displacement, right? Now suppose, let us take an example. Again we have a scale. And we have some marks of 0, 100, 200 and 300 meter. There was a body and that body was at this mark at 0. He started moving and reached this point. After some time he reached this point. Then if I say that what is displacement here, then for displacement, to find out displacement, what do you have to check its final position. Its final position is 300 minus. Why minus? Because formula is final position minus initial position. So 300 is final and 0 is initial. So 300 minus 0, it gives you 300 meter, right? Now again let us make this example a bit complicated. Again suppose we have a scale. Let us point out some marks: 0, 100, 200 and 300. There was a body standing initially at 0. This body started moving and reached this point, correct? After this, the body from this point started moving back and reached to this point, which is marked at 100 meter. Okay, the body finally reached here at this mark. Now if you want to find out, sorry, let us take another pen. If you want to find out displacement, then displacement formula, as I said, final position minus initial position. Okay, what is final position? Finally he was standing at this mark of 100 meter minus what you will do, initial position. During the whole journey, its initial position was at 0. So 100 minus 0 gives you 100 meter. 100 minus 0 gives you 100 meter. So in this case, second case means overall second case, the displacement of the body will be 100 meter. It will be 100 meter. Even he traveled to this point, then turned back, and after that reached to this point finally. Okay, but still the displacement will be 100. While in the previous case, when I was calculating distance, what was distance coming? It was due to this part, it was 100. Due to this part, it was 200. And ultimately, it was coming 500 meter. So now you can see the difference. The difference which comes here between distance and displacement. It is 500 distance and 100 meter displacement. Now, could there be any case in which displacement covered by a body will be equal to 0? Yes, it is possible. In this case, in this example which I am showing to you, here displacement will be equal to 0 but not distance. Again, suppose there was a body here. It started moving, reached to this point, and after reaching this point turned back and came back to the same point from where it started. Okay, now you want to find out displacement. Okay, or before that you find out distance. Distance is, due to this part distance covered is 300, and due to this part distance covered is again 300. That means it gives you overall answer 600 meter. While what is displacement? Check final position. Final position is 0 minus check initial position. Initial is also 0. That means displacement is equal to 0. In which case is it coming? It is coming in that case when the body will go, travel and come back to the same point. If the body is coming back to the same point, in that case displacement will be equals to 0. It could be possible in a circular path, on a circular path. Suppose from A point you started moving, and from A point you covered the whole distance and reached to the same point again after some time. Then in this case also the displacement will be 0 meter, but not the distance. Distance here also it will not be equal to 0, because in actual some path has traced by the body during this circular motion too. Okay, now this was all about your distance, displacement and position. Let us see if there is anything else what we left here. Okay, there are few points. Reference point, you can see here, reference point and frame of reference. Now what is reference point? This you can read out here only. I will show you where to read. Okay, you can check here the point of intersection of three axes. Axis means x, y and z axis. The point of intersection of three axes is called origin, and that origin only is serving as reference point. मैंने बताया था ना आप लोगों को. There are two axes. There is a body at O point. Its position will be recorded with the help of a reference point. And what is that reference point? That reference point was origin. Okay, so this origin is only known as reference point. Now after this, just check out here, what is this frame of reference? This coordinate system along with a clock constitutes a frame of reference. Means, suppose there was a system of three axes, x axis, y axis and z axis, and there is a body at point O. From point O, the body shifted to point A. Then if the body shifted from point O to A, it must have taken some time. That means if we are studying this coordinate system, okay, keeping time with it, that means time is also included. In that case, this whole system will be called frame of reference. It will be called frame of reference. It was all about reference point and frame of reference. After this, nothing is special, only what is given, what is path length and what is displacement. Only these type of things are given here, which we have already studied. The distance is called path length. I told you that path length path length is nothing but displacement only. Like this I have shown you, many examples I have shown you. Okay, so I don't think that anything left here. This uniform motion which you can see here, uniform motion here, this uniform motion we will be covering in the next video, might be tomorrow. Okay, so don't panic if like you think that your syllabus is running behind. We will catch it up. Okay, and after that we have to study these graphs. One thing I want to tell you here, this motion in a straight line, motion in a straight line, that means what we are studying? Distance, okay, displacement, position time graph, which you can see in front of you. Many graphs are shown here. These all things are excluded from the syllabus, but still we are going to study them, because if you are leaving these things, then what will you study in the chapter? This is the base of the chapter. Don't know how CBSE removed these parts from the curriculum syllabus. Okay, so we are going to study all these things. We are not going to leave these things on the basis that CBSE deleted this part from the syllabus. We are going to study this surely. Okay, so this was your today's video. In the next video we will start our uniform motion, and we will study different type of graphs, graphs between position and time, between velocity and time, acceleration and displacement, and all these things. So thank you very much for this video. Let us see you back in the next video. Thank you.